Hello, everybody. Welcome to my personal Oscar lineup for the films of 2024. While I'm still working on with all the films during my time life from 2000 through 2009, throughout the 2000s, since I've already on the 2010s, and at least the first 4 years of this decade so far, it's time to do the lineup for the films 2024 that occurred this past Oscars for 2025. 27 films. And I gotta say, this was probably one of the best overall year of some of the best Oscar nominated films I've seen, as I ended up liking 21 out of 27 of the films that I watched that was part of my marathon. If you want to know what the 27 films are, they're all down in the description below of what was eligible. The 2024 nominees for Best Performance by an Actor in a Supporting Role are Carlos Diaz in Conclave, Clarence Macklin in Sing Sing, Edward Norton in A Complete Unknown, Guy Pearce in The Brutalist, and Brandon Wilson in Nickel Boys. For Best Performance by an Actress in a Supporting Role, the nominees are Maria Bakalova in The Apprentice, Elle Fanning in A Complete Unknown, Felicity Jones in The Brutalist, Masa Rastami in The Seed of the Sacred Fig, and Zendaya in Dune Part 2. For Best Performance by an Actor in a Leading Role, the nominees are Adrian Brody in The Brutalist, Timothée Chalamet in A Complete Unknown, Timothée Chalamet in Dune Part 2, Ethan Harris in Nickel Boys, and Ben Whitehead in Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Fowl. For Best Performance by an Actress in a Leading Role, the nominees are Cynthia Erivo in Wicked, Ariana Grande in Wicked, Mikey Madison in Anora, Lupita Nyong'o in The Wild Robot, and Margaret Qualley in The Substance. For Best Achievement in Directing, the nominees are Sean Baker for Anora, Brady Corbet for The Brutalist, Denis Villeneuve for Dune Part 2, Nick Park and Merlin Crossingham for Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Fowl, and Chris Sanders for The Wild Robot. For Original Screenplay, the nominees are Sean Baker for Anora, Brady Corbet and Manifest Fold for The Brutalist, Basil Adre, Hamid Bala, Yuval Abraham, and Rachel Shore for No Other Land, Moritz Binder, Tim Thehelbaum, and Alex David for September 5, and Johan Bruno Beres for soundtrack to A Coup d'Etat. For Adapted Screenplay, the nominees are Peter Strawn for Conclave, John Spates and Denis Villeneuve for Dune Part 2, Ramel Ross and Jocelyn Barnes for Nickel Boys, Clint Bentley, Greg Quador, Clarence Macklin, and John Devine Jean Whitfield for Sing Sing, and Mark Burden and Nick Park for Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Foul. For Best Ensemble, the nominees are Anora, The Brutalist, Dune Part 2, September 5, and Sing Sing. For Best Animated or Documentary or International Featured Film, the nominees are Black Box Diaries, Shiro Ito, Soundtrack to A Coup d'Etat, Johan Grima Beres, Sugarcane, Julian Brave Noisecat and Emily Cassie, Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Foul, Nick Park and Merlin Crossingham, and The Wild Robot, Chris Sanders. And finally, I am pleased to announce the films selected as my Oscar Best Picture nominees of 2024 are Anora, Alex Cuoco, Samantha Kwan, and Sean Baker, producers. Black Box Diaries, Eric Nayar, Hannah Aquaville, and Shiro Ito, producers. The Brutalist, Trevor Matthews, Nick Gordon, Brian Young, Andrew Morris, Andrew Lauren, DJ Guggenheim, and Brady Corbet, producers. A Complete Unknown, Peter Jason, James Mangold, Alex Heineman, Bob Bookman, Alan Gassmer, Jeff Rosen, Timothy Chalamet, and Fred Berger, producers. Dune Part 2, Mary Parent, Cal Boyder, Patrick McCormick, Tanya Lapointe, and Denis Villeneuve, producers. Nickel Boys, Dee Dee Garner, Germany Kleiner, David Levine, and Jocelyn Barnes, producers. Soundtrack to A Coup d'Etat, Don Millis and Raymond Grelotti, producers. Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Fowl, Richard Beek, producer. Wicked, Mark Platt and David Stone, producers. And The Wild Robot, Jeff Herman, producer. If you want to see all the complete list of all of my personal Oscar nominees, except for obviously the ensemble and the combining of the feature film categories, follow me on the awards expert app at Bride Crowd. Thank you for watching, hope you subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I hope you all have a good day.